Hey, this is James, the XD man with the Armory Life, and today I want to talk to you about the Tritium Series night sights from TruGlo. Now, the Tritium Series night sights from TruGlo are TruGlo's most affordable night sights that they make in their whole lineup. Now, just because they're the most affordable, I don't want to scare you, because all of TruGlo's night sights, including these, are machined from CNC machined steel. The same thing that the slide on your pistol's made out of. So you know it's up to the daily standards of carrying. The other thing that they do is they coat it in a fortress finish. What is that? Basically, they gave it a nitride bath, the same thing that Springfield Armory did when they melanited the slides of their guns. So you know they're rust resistant and they're super tough. What is not to love about that? So what are tritium night sights? Well, let me tell you about how they're made. Tritium is actually a radioactive gas. Yes, radioactive, but I don't want you to be afraid. It uses such a small amount that you would have to put thousands of them together in a small area and put it next to your head. And even then, you're getting less radiation than you would get at the dentist doing one X-ray. So it's a perfectly safe technology that's been around since before the 80s with night sights. So it's a proven technology that is really cool. And I'll give you some of the features of why it's really cool. Well, tritium has a half-life of 12 years. So what does that mean? Basically, in 12 years, it's going to be half as bright as it is if it was manufactured today. Well, what does that mean? Well, if you put that tritium gas in a night sight, that means for the next 12 years, it's going to glow 24/7 all the time. So if you have a set of night sights and you don't even look at the pistol for 5 years and you pull it out of a drawer, guess what? It's still glowing. How awesome is that? That's what tritium gives us as an advantage. Now, the tritium doesn't have to be charged. It doesn't need batteries. It doesn't need basically any maintenance. It also doesn't need a flashlight like you do with some lesser brands to charge them to make them glow. They glow naturally. Remember, it's a radioactive gas. So what TruGlo does is they take that small amount of radioactive gas and they put it in a glass vial. They then put that in that CNC machine steel that I was talking about. They shove it in there, but they put silicone around it to make it shock absorbent. They then cap everything off with a sapphire piece of glass. It basically protects the sight, protects that glass vial, and makes it a really robust system. So TruGlo marks all their packages with what guns that particular sight will fit. So if you get a package that says marked for Springfield Armory XDs, that one model will fit all of the different Springfield polymer pistols. Yes, you heard it right. One model will fit all the Springfield Armory polymer pistols. What if you have an old school XD? It will fit that. What if you just got one of the brand new 10mm XDMs? It fits that as well. Wait a minute, I just got a Hellcat. Yes, silly, it fits that one as well. If the package says Springfield Armory XD, it will fit those guns. Makes it super easy to figure out what sight goes on your gun. Now, there is one exception. If you have one of the XDM 5.25s, well, the rear sight has an adjustable rear. You can't put it on there, but you can put it on the front sight. So if you wanted a really cool night sight fiber optic for the front on your 5.25, you can do that. All TruGlo night sights come with a 12-year warranty. Now, to get this warranty, TruGlo actually recommends that you have a professional install your set of sights. Why? Because they want you to use a sight pusher. As somebody who installs sights for a living, let me tell you, if you do not use a sight pusher and go with a hammer and punch, that is the wrong way to do this. It is so easy to slip and have that punch scratch your slide. Well, that's no good. Break the sights? You just spent good money on a set of night sights that last 12 years. Why would you go break them, dummy? Don't do that. Have a professional do it. If you have any questions, you really need to call TruGlo and ask them for some advice, and they'll give you some help of who to contact to get those sights installed. That way you get your full 12-year warranty on those sights. All right. I know there's some DIY people out there that just absolutely say, XD man, I'm going to put them sights in myself. Well, okay, it is not beyond a capable DIY person of doing that. Just remember, it's really recommended to use a sight pusher. Now remember, with the Springfield polymer guns, the dovetails aren't tapered in one direction, so it could come from the left or the right. Now, TruGlo, in my experience, is about a 7 to 10 in the difficulty meter of putting on. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you'll get a sight that is a little bit oversized, and you get a dovetail that's really on the tight side of tolerances. Well, that sight is gonna need to be fitted to that slide. So make sure you take your time, fit the sights to the slide if they have to, and remember, no hammers, no punches. So the Tritium series have the smallest footprint in all of the different night sights that TruGlo makes. Some of the advantages you get with this is that if you look at the distance between the front sight and the rear sight, that distance is practically the same as what the factory sights are. This means you're not losing any sight radius. For those that want the ultimate accuracy, these are going to be the sights for you. The other great thing is that they're small and sleek, so they're meant to work with any size gun that Springfield makes. All the way from the smallest Hellcat, all the way to the biggest XDM, these sights look good on your gun. Another advantage is that because they're so small, they'll work with practically any holster that you currently own or are thinking about buying. How cool is that? You don't have to buy equipment to fit your sights. All TruGlo sights use a combat sight picture. If you're not familiar with a combat sight picture, I'll explain it for you. Basically, what they want you to do is take those bright, beautiful dots and line them up. And then when you look at your target, you put your front sight dot on the bullseye, covering the bullseye. Because wherever your front sight is, that should be the impact of the bullet. So now we get into the part of the video where we actually do some live fire and simulation testing. So we're going to be shooting at the PT-205 steel torso target from our friends at Action Targets. Don't forget to go visit their website at actiontargets.com. Now, we're going to be shooting from inside my truck where it's a little bit dark into daylight. We're going to be shooting in the daylight. I want you to see how crisp and how easy those sights are to use. Then we're going to go to an industrial complex at night where we're going to simulate with a flashlight. I'm going to take the slide off the frame and I'm going to put the flashlight underneath, and we're going to simulate what it's like, let's say, for a police officer to clear that industrial complex. We're going to look underneath some trucks and inside a dark warehouse. We're going to have street lights coming from back and then from the side, going into shadows in and out. And I'm going to show you how cool those night sights are and what advantage they give you on your pistol. Any day at the range is a win in my book, and when you got TruGlo there with you, it makes it even better. Now, I've known the people over at TruGlo for over a decade, and I love that they stand behind their products and that their quality is second to none. We were able to shoot the gun during the daytime and show how crisp and fast those sights were. Then we were able to simulate nighttime use with shadows and how bright the sights were, even in the dark. TruGlo may have made their name in the archery industry, but they've more than proven over the last decade with their night sights that they can hang with the big guns. If you like what you saw today, why don't you follow me on the different social medias at TheRealXDman. And while you're at it, why don't you come join me over at thearmorylife.com, where you too can live that armory life.